Hello everybody, Jamie here from FM Scout. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 10 Wonder Kids coming out of Scandinavia. Now, a lot of people's been asking me for this video. I've got a lot of people who watch the channel who are from nations in Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, etc. A lot of fans actually, so say hello in the comments if you are from Scandinavia, and if you know any of these players, if you think any of these players are going to be, you know, a really good player in the next few years, if you know, like a proper Wonder Kid, let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's get around to it. So we moved to Denmark in the first player under Mattias Jakobsen. This player looks very, very strong. 20 determination already at 16, which is absolutely mental. He can play centre-back, he can play DM, he can play centre-mid, though his tackling is quite low. Like I said, he's only 16. I've never personally heard of this player, but he looks really, really good. His physical stats aren't the best, but mentally so strong, technically quite good as well. So that is Mattias Jakobsen. If we try and make an offer for this player, it's going to cost us around 1.7 million, which is still very, very low. Bear in mind, a lot of Scandinavian players are quite cheap. He is currently wanted by a few clubs at the moment, by Manchester United. So, like I say, I've never heard of Jakobsen, so let me know in the comments. He is driven personality as well. But yeah, that is Mattias Jakobsen. We stay in Denmark now and we go to FC Midtjylland, a player who's 19 years old under the name of Victor Torp. Stats look absolutely quality. He can play centre mid, he can play left wing, he can play AML as well. He can play quite a few positions. This guy is 19. He looks very, very good. All round, I mean, I don't want to pick out too many attributes, but looking at his attributes, he's a very all-rounded winger. Still got a lot of work to do. Like I say, he is only 19 years old. But if we try and make an offer for Victor Torp, as you can see, it's going to cost you around 2.6 million, which is the highest we've seen so far. But based on his stats and his age, that is a very, very good price. So that is Victor Torp. We go into Sweden now with an Icelandic player who's 16 years old. He's valued at 11.25k. He's on a youth contract as well, so you can sign him from the off. Central midfielder playing at IFK. No, I'm just going to call them because I don't know how to pronounce that. This guy is called Isak Bergmann Johannesson. This player looks very, very good as well. Physical stats are great. Mental stats are good. Technical stats are also very good. Bear in mind, he is only 16. You can obviously approach to sign this player. He isn't currently wanted by anybody, but if you try and make a bid for him, it's going to cost you around 750k. Now, again, he does look very strong. I've never personally heard of him. Let me know in the comments if you have heard of this player, if he's up and coming, if you recognise him, you do support this club right here. And yeah, let me know. But that is Isak Bergmann Johannesson. We go into Norway now with Fredrik Bjorkan. This player is 20 years old, left back. He can also play wing back as well. The highest value we've seen or saw in 350k. Crossing, dribbling, very, very good. I mean, this guy looks incredibly strong. If I was like a championship club, I would instantly go for this player. Potentially even the Premier League, you know, after a few more years. Physical stats are all there. He's only got jumper reach, which is missing. Mental stats are very strong as well. If we try and make an offer for this player, going to cost you around 3.3 million. So that is the highest we've seen so far. He isn't wanted by anyone. He has had 4 under 21 caps. He's not been capped for the first Norwegian team yet. But you can see he is making a lot of appearances at 20 years old. 85 appearances, 12 goals as well. He does look very good, and he's got some good player traits as well. Cuts in from the left wing, plays 1-2s, gets forward wherever possible. So he's your typical wing back. So, you know, even if you're looking for a backup player for a couple of million, you know, you can't go wrong. So that is Fredrik Bjorkan. We come back to Denmark now in Jonas Wind. I don't know if it's Vind or Wind. I'm going to say Vind because it sounds better. So Jonas Wind. 1.4 million, Danish, of course, 621 appearances, 1 under 21 goal as well. This guy's appeared in one of my videos a week or so ago. Bear in mind, he is injured for 11 to 13 months, so you might not be able to pass his physical, but he's only on 2.4k per week. He is currently wanted. He is currently wanted by a lot of clubs, as you can see. Juventus, Napoli, Inter Milan, Arsenal, Southampton, Tottenham, Watford, West Ham. So there's a lot of clubs that's after him. So he's obviously got some potential. Bear in mind, these are Wonder Kids. I mean, at 20 years old, he's already scored 8 goals in his career in 31 appearances for Copenhagen, which, you know, good determination. I mean, I'm really intrigued to see what this guy turns out like in the next few years. But if we try and make an offer for Jonas Wind, it's going to cost you around 4.3 million. So that's the highest, again, that we've seen. But based on his stats, he could easily jump into your first team no matter what club you are in the world and develop him. See what he turns out like. Let's go. Okay, we stay in Denmark at a team called FC Nord. I am not even going to try and pronounce that. So FC Nord, Danish, 20 years old, is currently wanted by Arsenal at the moment. So Magnus Kofod, looking at his attributes, very much an all-round player. Looks a very good box-to-box midfielder, personally. Though saying that his long shots are quite short and his finishing is quite short as well. Maybe a DLP with his passing, but his mental stats kind of override that as well. Physical stats are very strong. 64 appearances. He is 20, so 64 appearances for this FC Nord team, which is a lot. He hasn't scored a goal, though, which is quite worrying. Probably down to his finishing, or they're playing him quite deep. He can also play DM as well, which is quite interesting. But if we try and make an offer for him, 7.5 million, which is the highest we've seen. It's going higher and higher in this video, so that's not good. But yeah, 7.5 million is going to cost you if you do go for Magnus Kofod. Again, balanced personality. He's got no player traits, so you can kind of mold him into the role you want to play him and see what you can get out of him. But yeah, let's go to the next player. And back to Copenhagen again. It seems Copenhagen have got mainly the most Wonderkids of this FM20 this year, and pretty much most years as well, to be fair. So this guy's called Victor Nelsson, a centre back who can also play DM and centre midfielder. Very strong tackling. Don't play him as a box-to-box. His finishing is too low and his long shots are low as well. Mentally, absolutely phenomenal. Mentally, he's got everything apart from flair. So you're going to have to decide kind of what role you want to play this guy in. But he is more of a defensive midfielder in my eyes, with his tackling, his marking, his passing's good as well. You know, maybe a DLP, depending. But looking at his positioning and stuff, his positioning is massively important. He is valued at 1.2 million on 6.5k per week. Try and make an offer for this guy. Going to cost you 5 million. So 5 million for Victor Nelsson. Like I say, I'm really intrigued to someone who's going to do an FC Copenhagen save to see what you can actually do with these players. It's on my list to do this year, and I really want to give it a go, see how far I can take them, see how many Wonderkids I can kind of hold on to. So if you are doing a Copenhagen save, let me know in the comments how it's going, if you are struggling to keep hold of your players, because it's definitely on my list to do on this version of Football Manager. So going back to Norway now, a team called Vålerenga. This team is quite not the best team in the Norway division, but they have got a very good goalkeeper in Kristoffer Klaesson, 18 years old, currently wanted by a lot of clubs, and you can see why in terms of his stats. He is wanted by, let's have a look, so he's wanted by Milan and Lazio right now, and with his value being so low, that's probably why when you base his value to his stats, 17 determination, 14 punching, 14 reflexes, 13 one-on-ones, 13 kicking, 14 aerial reach, 17 determination, 14 bravery, 15 jumping reach. He's got a lot of good stats for his age. So if you try and make an offer for Kristoffer, going to cost you around the mark of 1.3 million, which is a very, very low price for a Norwegian 18-year-old who's got that good of attributes. So that is Kristoffer Klaesson. So we go to Sweden now in Armin Gigovic. This player is a player who plays for Helsingborg. He is valued at 110k, 17-year-old Swedish. Centre midfielder, very good first touch. Overall, not the best player in the game, as you can see, or not the best Scandinavian player, but he will do the job for you. He is still very young. You know, lots of time to mould him. He's got no player traits, balanced personality, good mental stats. So this is a player that you should definitely look at. Maybe get a scout report on him, see what your scouts say. Try and make an offer for this player. Going to cost you 1.8 million. Obviously, there is better players out there for 1.8 million. But if you can't get the other guys or you lose the other guys, have a look at Armin Gigovic. And we come to another club in Denmark under the name of Brøndby. This club is quite known for bringing a few good players through. They've got a player in their ranks called Tobias. He is Norwegian, of course, 20 years old, tackling of 13, very good mental stats, physically very strong as well. You know, he has played at Stabæk for a few years, made 75 appearances, recently just moved to Brøndby. Like I say, he's 20 years old. If you try and make an offer for this player, going to cost you around 2.9 million, which, you know, is quite high for a player, but his attributes are really strong still. 20 years old, bear in mind. You know, 23, 24 is going to really shine, maybe get a few 16s in there. Got good jumping reach as well, so for a centre mid. I'll personally play this guy as a DM, though. But yeah, that is Tobias, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if there's any more videos you guys want me to do regarding players. We are coming to the end of kind of the playlist, so there's not many more videos we can do on players until the release of the game. But if there's anything else you want to see, please let us know, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.